awesome to see everyone today. So I thought today what I'd share with you is my sort of awakening and toning regimen that I do typically before class, before a bar, and this is just an opportunity to wake up my body, wake up my muscles, and get them fired up and ready for class. So for today, what you'll probably want to have is a little resistance band. If you don't have one, no big deal, it's absolutely fine. You can do everything without it. And the other thing, I'm going to grab this with my foot, maybe, is simply a ball. And this is a very squishy ball. This is not a weighted ball at all. I mean, if you wanted to use one of those, go for it. However, this one is not. It's simply one of those yoga balls. It's squishy, very easy to pick up. It's not heavy at all. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and get started with our very first exercise for today. We'll use the resistance band. If you don't have a resistance band, it's absolutely fine. We can do everything that we're doing today without the resistance band or the ball. We simply have them if we want to add a little bit of intensity to our workout. So the very first thing that we're going to do, something that dancers have been doing since the beginning of time, I think, just clamshells. So take your resistance band, place it around your legs and slide it just above your knees like so. And what you want to do is lie down on your side. Either one will work, because we'll do both. And just be in a nice relaxed posture here, so not with your knees way up here and not completely straight either, just at a nice kind of gentle, maybe 45-degree bend. So you're here, and also relax your feet. Try not to point your toes and make your legs beautiful and long and nice long lines. This isn't about that right now. It's simply about using the muscles of the backs of the hips, so the gluteus medius, and those 6 kind of deep rotators there to work on your turnout. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to simply lift up and lower, up and down. We're going to do that for 30 seconds. I'll go ahead and start the timer. But during that time, don't let this resistance band relax, and also don't let the upper leg completely come down and release the tension here in the hip. So the key is to do this for 30 seconds straight without stopping. So I'll go ahead and start my timer right now. Here we go. More than halfway there. All right. Done with that side. Let's go ahead and flip around to the other side. Here we go. Same rules apply on this side. No pointing the feet. Are we ready? Here we go. Again, slide that band up. Make sure it hasn't gone down too low on your legs. Gentle bend in the knees. Relax your toes, relax your feet. And here we go. And again, just use the back of the leg here, the back of the hip. Get those glutes fired up and ready to go. Are done with clamshells. If you want to go ahead and repeat on both sides, it's absolutely wonderful. Go ahead and do that. Okay, just like we did with the clamshells, we're going to have our band, and we're going to take it and slide it to just above our knees. And we're going to lie down on our backs. I'm going to get my timer nearby. And place our hands gently on the ground beside us and lift up here. Now I like to push my heels into the mat. because that way what that does is it activates the backs of the legs pretty nicely for me. And then lower down and come back up again. And we're going to do this for 30 seconds. But the key here is to really activate the glutes and the hamstrings in this process. So, and gently push out on the band. So you don't want to relax your knees in. So just push out on the band just a little tiny bit, so that way you get resistance all around. And we're going to go ahead and get started now. Okay, and we are done with our 30-second glute bridge. Okay, here we are back again. The next one that we're going to do is for our hamstrings, and of course our hamstrings are really, really important for everything in dance, especially things like arabesque and all of those ground pirouettes and all these kinds of things. So we want to have nice, strong hamstrings. Oh, and I didn't mention jumping, but they're also very important in jumping. And the way that we're going to achieve that is with a towel, oddly enough. A towel and your resistance band, and of course lie down on something comfortable. I normally do this on the wood floor, which is a little bit crazy, but I decided to be nice to myself today and actually use a yoga mat. So again, slide your resistance band up kind of mid-thigh, a little bit above the knees, and then take your towel and place it underneath your feet. Now, this is also a fantastic way to clean the floor. You have a very tiny area of floor to clean. No, I always tease myself and my students to say, okay, now it's time to clean the floor at the studio, right? Get out the towel or whatever else and work on our hamstrings at the same time. Okay, they should get paid to do that, shouldn't they? All right, so place the towel underneath your feet, and what we're going to do is similar to the other exercises. We're going to do this for 30 seconds, but first I just want to show you what we're going to be doing. Now, bring your sits bones kind of to the end of your mat here so that you ensure yourself plenty of room to move your legs. And then go ahead and lie back. And then lift yourself up, just like you were going to do a glute bridge. But instead of just doing a glute bridge, what you're going to do is keep your body in alignment as much as possible and slide your feet out. Engage the hamstrings. Keep pushing the hips up. Slide them out as far as you can. And then bring them back in. And then we're going to do that again. We're going to slide it out and bring it back in. Okay? So it's a bear, that one, but I really, really love it. So I hope you love it too. We'll do it for 30 seconds, just like the other ones. If you say after doing it for 30 seconds, you know what, that was just way too easy, do it again for 30 more seconds. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Seconds is up. Oh my goodness, take off the band, stretch out your hamstrings. Oh wow. Okay, so the next exercise that I like to do, we're going to keep working on our hips, is for turnout. And I like to use the ball because it just helps me to focus on the muscles in the right way. If you don't have a ball, oh, say hi to Cinnamon. Hi, Cinnamon. My dog is barking like bananas. Anyhow, take the ball, place it between your knees, and what we're going to do is, again, we're going to lie back, and this time, I think she really, really, really wants to do the turnout exercises. What do you think? We're going to keep our hips in parallel and extend one leg. Now, I like to flex the foot here, and then squeeze the ball with your inner thighs, And as you rotate from the hip, squeeze the ball even closer, and then relax. And then squeeze and turn in. Turn it out, turn it in, see, out, and in. So what you want to do is to really focus on using those muscles in the hip that you would use for turnout. Like I've mentioned before, there's a lot more that goes into turnout than just the muscles in the hip. You know, we haven't talked about the lower leg, and again, look at the International Association for Dance Medicine and Science's website for resources about turnout. There are lots, and they are really amazing. So today, let's work on the hip though, and we'll do it for 30 seconds on each leg. Are you ready? I'm so ready. My iPad's not ready though. It says I don't want to do this. I don't want to time anything. Okay, here we go. She really wants to join us, I think. Here we go. You might have to adjust the ball so that it works for you. Remember to squeeze each time. This is also really super for the inner thighs. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and switch legs. So just lift up the other leg, and we'll do this side for 30 seconds too. Okay, they worked on those inner thighs and gotten them nice and stretched out. We are going to do some more work on the abdominals. You know, for ballet, the core is everything, right? So every single thing that we do, from turns to extensions to, well, everything, it all involves a really strong core. Today I'm going to focus mostly on the lower abdominals because it's a region that tends to get neglected in our work. So go ahead and take your ball, and if you don't have a ball, it's okay. You can do this without the ball. It's not necessary to have the ball. You can even use your resistance band if you'd like. You can put that around your legs at the same point that we did earlier. I'm going to use the ball today. Just go ahead and take the ball, place it between your, I'm going to put it right kind of on the fleshy part, on this kind of curve between my calf muscle and my knees right here. And what we're going to do is place it there. And then you're going to come down to your knees. These aren't your knees, your elbows. And you're going to gradually pull the ball in and then extend back out again and in and extend. Now to take it up a notch, you can come down and maintain a bit of a crunch here and come in and extend. And I think that's the version I'm going to do. So we're going to do that for 30 seconds. If you have to adjust the ball, that's fine. If it's annoying, you can toss it away. Whatever works for you. Here we go. In a moment, we're going to do a variation on this same theme, so stay tuned. We're going to go right into it when this 30 seconds is up. All right, here we go. What we're going to do next is we are going to go out and up, out and in, out and up, and in. Keep that up for, well, 20 more seconds. I tend to hold tension in my neck, try not to do that. Okay. Take your arms in in first position, and kind of gradually round your spine a little, like you've got an ice cream scoop here that's scooping out. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually turn our legs out, and then from here we're going to do attitude and down, attitude and down, attitude, right? And we're going to do this for 30 seconds. And the whole idea, of course, is that you're using your lower abdominals and really working on building the strength there. And we can have a completely separate lesson on our lower abdominals and also our psoas and all of our hip flexors. All of my students, I think you've heard it a billion times, but I'm happy to do it for a YouTube video. All right, let's go ahead and get started. 30 seconds. Here we go. And alternate legs. Try to think about using your abs to lift your leg and not using your thighs. Using right here. Thank you so much for joining me, dancers. I don't know about you, but that plank definitely killed me in the best possible way. So join me again for our next event together, which is likely going to be a bar. And it's not going to be a typical bar. I'm going to try to do something a little bit different, given that we're all spending a lot more time sitting. We're getting kind of crunchy hip flexors, and I don't know about you, but I'm spending an awful lot of time reading and doing other things that I really, really enjoy doing. However, I'm generally reading like this. I'm reading my favorite book. I'm curled up in my hammock or swing, and so my body's in a tight little ball. So we'll do a bar that's geared toward, really opening up the body, and while also strengthening and doing all the things that we need to do to maintain our sanity and also, stay tuned into our dancer selves. So thank you so much for joining me. You are all amazing, beautiful, lovely people. I'm so grateful to have you with me, and mwah, love you all. Thank you so much.